Chapter 1, ladies, or welcome back. Ready for your next adventure? Sure. So, welcome back to part 2 of What If Zuko Had Esther as a Sister. So, where we left off, All Might was explaining about All Might's, to Zuko about how they won against all for one, and no one's talking to him. So, yeah. So, through the entire conversation, Momo, Jiro, everybody was hearing, like, he was he was unconscious. So, like, his body had autopilot on. So, yeah, Toga tells them that it's, always had those days. As Dark Shadow agrees, because usually so they forgave him. And, of course, Inko, on, like, and Nasashi and Esther and her and Zumi were coming back to their hometown to spend a lot of quality time with him, because since after they saw or they saw, like, him using his powers, as, of course, Zuko already had a birthday. He celebrated by himself because his parents weren't home, his sister wasn't home, and his other sister wasn't home. So, yeah. So he celebrates it by himself for after, like, when that was like 10 years ago or 11 years ago. Right. So, yeah, he basically he remembers his birthday thing. And, yeah, he made a cake and, like, all that stuff. And he says, this is for me. As he goes to his room, he had a clean room. Like, and he also had his sister's room all cleaned up too. So, yeah. And he was like, huh. As, yeah. So, now, that part was in, to just clarify that up for you. So, but now, Zuko, So, yeah. His own sister asked Zumi, or no, his own sister asked his parents about, will he be mad at us for leaving him at here? Um, Probably so, but that's okay. As his own, or his parents hasn't hanged around with him too long. Either his sister, so they kind of, after they watched the sports festival, they saw Zuko use his powers. As, yeah, he basically, he goes to school and comes home. Like, he goes to school, comes home. Like, as, yeah. So, now the All Might, or they, like, Sherman, they're probably in Texas right now. That's what Zuko is saying to All Might. Who knows with them? As he actually says, remember that I didn't have the, if I had a quirk, that would have just gone with them. But no things as he leaves, as Zuko, as they realize that Zuko, as let's say a couple days have passed, and it was his birthday. It was his time skip. But his, so he celebrates, as they didn't realize it was his birthday. So he decides to be not celebrating his birthday. Yeah. So he just was like, well, as he goes to there, comes to the back, as he's like, huh. So he was now 16. So Alma, or like Momo, or like Toga asked him, how old is he? Or how old are you now? As everyone is asking Zuko, how old is he? I'm 16. I used to be 15. As they couldn't believe that he already had a birthday. And that he didn't, like, tell them that he had a birthday. It's no surprise to me. As let's get this, like, school started, shall we? As as Nezu is, or as Racerhead in his sleeping bag heard that, as they couldn't believe, as Nezu told him about him being quirkless, but his powers are insane. But the Zuko, or actually Eraserhead, tells him, or actually Nezu told him the story of why that his parents are never home. So they decided to do that. So yeah. So now as when he as as Racerhead tells Zuko to go ahead and go train on a train course thing, as yeah, or get changed before everyone. So yeah, Racerhead tells them that his parents left him with the house and money thing, but you guys need to be nice haste to him. He has a lot of stress in his life. As Eraserhead tells them the reason why he got, or his parents left him with his sisters, as so Momo couldn't believe that Zuko, with all this power, turns out to be a quirkless kid. But she thought about that too. Like, they all did. And thought about that. Like, he was born with this power. So, yeah. And Ochako raises her hand and asks asks Racerhead about, like, his birthday thing. Well, see, Zuko, after his parents left him to go to town, or to, like, travel to around the entire world, he didn't have a good birthday party, or good birthday. And he did it for probably now 12 years. As Momo couldn't believe 12 years of him doing his own birthday party by himself with no friends, no nothing. It's like, it drove him crazy. Or they're like, if that was me, or of course Ochako says, if that was me, I would have just gone insane. Yeah, so they all agree that Zuko needs to have some birthday party thing. But Zuko decided to, like, when they all got dressed, it came out. They literally saw him having the big brick of or world's heaviest metal that no one could wield on top of his shoulders. Like basically like he's lifting it up and down, up and down. Like he's training harder and harder. Like being a hero, as he thinks in his head, being a hero is not fun in games until as Zuko is like he looks like a lamppost, but on like steroids or something. So yeah, Toga is like, should we tell him to no, you know that? As he had like he didn't just have like the entire like he had was students on him, mountain lady, a brick that's to like he's and training their quirks too, and they're like, oh crud. As during the exact same time, Zumi, Inko, Sashi, and like her went to like Nezuz's class, or like Nezuz's office to ask where we're here to talk to Zuko Midoriya. Yeah. Okay. About as Zuko, as Nezu says, well, he's at class. As he's training his body harder and harder. As he was his body, that's what he looked like. All buffed up. Like he looks at he looks around as he stretched his arms out. So yeah. As he literally he does stupid stuff. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, one day, so they waited until Zuko was done with class. So they walked in to grab their bags, and they end up walking. He stretched his legs, and he literally when he walks um, um, around, like he goes to check on his home thing, as as Inko go went to ask, or she was trying to ask Zuko, but he's not looking down. So he decides to ask her to go all the way to her brother's eye level thing, and she stretched all the way, and yeah, so she says, "Big brother, did you look down?" As he says, "Huh, do I know you?" As because they haven't been around him so long, oh, he totally forgot their their parents, or his own parents' names, and his own sisters' faces too. So, yeah, as he walks around her, like they couldn't believe that he forgot about them. So, as of course Inko says, as of course Zumi says, how about give him a fiery foot? As he says, or actually she actually tells him, um, you know your mother's down there, right? As as he he still had, of course, he knows that, or of course she knows that he hasn't hung around with them. So yeah, so she decides to go. Says, "Hey, I'm your sister, remember? Why are you ignoring me?" As he says, "Huh." As he walks back to the house, and like he disables the security thing, opens the door. He goes right to his bedroom, as he couldn't believe, as he is trying to remember who they were. And Zumi, he told, or he heard his, or heard Zumi's voice saying to Inko that, should we tell him that we're back? As he as he like, as they walked in, as he like cries, like tears up, and he couldn't believe that as he actually says, huh. So yeah, as the security system got reactivated before, so he tried to open the door as they know that. How about we shut the machine off, okay? As he grabs a boulder, or like, as he says, huh, that, and it's good to see you all back, by the way. It's been so long, I forgot your faces. And it says, okay? As that's why I'm trying to remember. And that question that you said about ignoring you, I wasn't. I just forgot your faces. That's what I was trying to be in deep thought about. As she says, huh, yeah, it's been like, what, 12 years since since we last saw ya? Yeah. So, yeah. Zumi's like, yeah, sorry about that, brother. Since after you were quirkless and all that stuff. No? But turns out you were super powerful, you don't need a quirk. Yeah. As Inko runs up to her, or runs up to him, and gives him a hug. And then goodness, as she's a little bit, or all of them are a little bit shocked because of Zuko kept things super nice and clean. Like, there was no dirt spot on any surface. As, yeah, as she couldn't believe that her own bedroom is nice and tidy up, like what she wanted. As so the next day, or actually Nezu tells them that it's not really banning you, it's you go spend some quality time with them, okay? As whoops. As Zuko says, okay. And because I thought that was gonna be like to becoming a pro hero. And yeah. But we're pushing it back just a little further because of you and your parents' situation. So yeah. So these ball throw or dodgeball, and then they became pro hero, or he becomes a pro hero, and like he did save Ares and do all that stuff. So yeah. So now in Zuko and his family spent quality time together. Like, so yeah. So peace out, Cub Scouts.